This is plane camping.
Today we're flying into Outback, Australia, landing at a dirt airstrip, setting up camp for the night, fishing for barramundi, croc spotting, and on the chase for a good waterfall. I'm Outback Tom, a kid from the bush with a passion for storytelling, filmmaking, and adventure. This has taken me to a lot of places. Now I'm back home in regional Australia. This is my granddad, Outback Grandad. He's been here for 50 years. Now we spend our time cooking on the campfire, exploring our backyard, building projects, and flying planes. So welcome to Outback Tom Australia. Today's big adventure starts first thing on a Saturday morning. I spent the evening before packing up all the gear to take camping. As you can see, there's quite a lot. As someone who doesn't regularly go camping, I'm a big fan of having the best possible setup. Growing up, I would go out camping as a teenager with my friends, and it wasn't uncommon for one of us to forget crucial items, like a fry pan, or a blanket, or even a swag. And given I'm flying the aeroplane today, I wanted to ensure I had absolutely everything to make my setup as enjoyable as possible. Once the car was packed, I asked Grandad for a lift to the local airstrip, and off we went. Grandad spent most of his youth here in the Kimberley, camping on the weekends. He's sitting this adventure out, but he'll be back on the next one. We got some ice from the supermarket, and Grandad gave me some help unloading all the gear at the airstrip. I feel like every time you go camping, you discover a new item you need for the next adventure. And in this case, I realized a trolley would be very helpful to cart all my gear out to the plane. Grandad took off, and it was time to start loading everything up and do my pre-flight check.
Today's pretty exciting for a couple of reasons. This is my first time properly camping in years. Even though me and Grandad do a lot of filming out bush, I haven't actually been out camping in a very long time. Another reason I'm quite thrilled is that this is the first time I'm taking the plane to go camping.
Today we're heading out to El Questro Wilderness Park.
It has amazing walks, stunning waterfalls, a beautiful homestead, and is a really good first camping spot for this dry season. Now at some point we will take the plane out to a remote airstrip and actually camp at the airstrip, but today we'll be landing, getting picked up by a ranger, and get a lift into the homestead where we'll set up camp. I was initially going out solo, but yesterday I got a call from a friend of mine, Dylan, and him and his partner wanted to join, so I said, of course, come along. I'm pretty chuffed as well. Last weekend I was in Darwin. I flew over there with some friends and went out socializing. It was a great time. But I've had plenty of nights out and about in town on a Friday and Saturday, so it's kind of nice, I guess as I get older, to spend a Saturday night flying out bush in the plane to go camping. The plan is to go check out a waterfall called Amalia Gorge. Also, my good friend Jayden and his son might drive out this afternoon, and we might go fishing at the Pentecost River and try get a barramundi. Those are all pretty good options if you ask me, so let's just see where the day takes us. Really keen to fly to El Questro next to the Coburn Ranges. We'll land at their dirt airstrip. This will be the first time that I've ever landed there, and landing at a new airstrip is always fun and exciting. So once I arrive and get picked up, we'll set up camp. I really need a second coffee, so we'll make one of those, and then we'll see where the day takes us. A lot of good options. So I've just finished the paperwork, and I've only got about 17.5 hours until this thing needs its 100 hourly service. I've put almost 85 hours on this thing in about 2 months. So that probably means in a week or two, I'll need to fly to Darwin and take it to the engineers. They probably want a little touch up anyway.
I finished off the checks, and it was time to hit the sky.
Rightio, I've got the flight plan here. Driving to El Questro takes about an hour. If you take the plane, it's 13 minutes. It's funny how packing the plane took almost triple the time it will take for us to fly there. Let's push the plane and let's get out of here.
The plane is well and truly loaded, and for that reason, as you can see, it's much harder to push the Cessna out. I managed to get it done a bit easier once it has some momentum.
Folks, ready to go. I'm excited for today's flight. First flight in 4 days. And honestly, the feeling never gets old. Keys going in. Clip prop.
Alrighty, flight controls are free and correct. Fantastic. Yep, sweet. Happy with that. All pressure's good. It feels so good to be back. After not flying for 4 days, which is bugger all, it feels really nice to be back. Got my checklist.
Wyndham traffic, Cessna 182 Sierra Kilo Papa is entering and backtracking runway 12, Wyndham traffic.
Wyndham Airport.
Let's do this. Haven't been to El Questro in over a year, so pretty excited to get back out there. It really is a lovely spot, and it is finally cooling down here in the Kimberley. This is what it's all about. Saturday, plane packed full, heading out camping, life in Outback Australia for you, honestly. Wyndham traffic, Cessna 182 Sierra Kilo Papa is rolling runway 12. We'll be departing off crosswind and tracking to the south for El Questro, not above 1000. Wyndham traffic. And we are off. It is a nice day to fly. Just looking out on a beautiful Saturday morning, how stunning it is out there. Wow. Wyndham traffic, Cessna 182 Sierra Kilo Papa departs crosswind, tracking to the south for El Questro, not above 1000. Wyndham traffic. Just looking out at those absolute stunning patterns to the right, the salt flats. So gorgeous. You know, because we can, how about we go look at these amazing patterns in the salt flats before we go to El Questro? That is the beauty of owning a plane. A very expensive detour. The mighty King River. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. If you happen to be an aspiring pilot, I can absolutely promise you it is an incredible feeling going for a flight.
It truly is stunning to fly in Outback Australia, over the King River and through the Coburn Ranges. And within 5 minutes, it was time to make my inbound call.
El Questro traffic, Cessna 182 Sierra Kilo Papa, 15 miles to the north at 1000 feet inbound. I'll be joining downwind runway 14 for a full stop. ETA is 03 El Questro traffic.
Once I approached El Questro, it was time to land.
Yeah, there is a lot of terrain around here, so we're really staying onto that, to be honest. Go 2 stages of flaps.
This was quite a somewhat challenging strip to land at. We had ranges on each side of the field and a heap of trees on our glide path. Regardless, it's a beautiful spot to land. And my approach was actually a little bit high. So as the plane drops down, I put a bit of power in as I flare. And sure enough, a very smooth landing.
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of the most hectic airstrips I've ever landed at. Lots of terrain, but otherwise pretty good. Go say g'day.
One of the friendly staff at El Questro met me at the airstrip, and I loaded up the car with all my gear. It's one of the cool things about these sort of places that allow you to fly in. The staff are generally really happy to come grab you and drop you off at your campsite. There's also no tie downs at this strip, which isn't uncommon, so I always carry a few star pickets and a hammer, so no matter where I am, I can tie down the plane. I got dropped off at camp, and it was time to set up.
Rightio, what an adventure. I have one of the most beautiful campsites with a view of the river. Let's set up camp. Jayden's just texted, he's gonna come out. We're gonna go fishing. Hopefully catch a barra.
A good piece of canvas.
I've always wanted to use this rug.
And my favourite throw rug.
I bought a tent. I don't have to use it, but I might. And apparently it sets up quite easy. Okay, let's fold everything out like that.
And what was supposed to be less than 2 minutes to set up took me close to 15 minutes. There were 2 clips which I couldn't manage to sort out, and this turned into a ridiculous mission.
Rightio, camp is partially set up. I'm not even going to lie, I think it just took me 15 to 20 minutes to set up a 2-minute pop-up tent. My friend Jackson lent me this, the guy who flew the plane back with me a couple of months back. He's my best mate. It is the most simple and quickest pop-up tent, and I somehow made an extremely large meal of that. Regardless, the tent's set up, the swag's down, we got the pillow, we got the blanket, we got the towel. Let's set up the rest of this camp and make a coffee. Got some gas. This box has basically all the goodies in it, all the cooking equipment, a couple of snacks, oil. This is what I was chasing. Believe it or not, we're gonna make an iced coffee. So this little attachment right here goes on top of this. There we go, we're on. Took some troubleshooting, but we worked it out. If I twist this, it's on. That's camping, guys. You just gotta figure it out. For iced coffee, we're only gonna put in about a shot of water. So it's only up till about there, I reckon. And we're gonna boil this, then add the coffee in. Take that off, beautiful. Add in our coffee, just that little bit of water. 1, 2.5 for me. And this kind of creates like a coffee shot, like a shot of espresso kind of thing. We take some ice from the esky, add in the cold water. Not all the way, but a fair bit, halfway. Chock-a-block full of ice. Some ice cold milk. I like a dash of milk, nothing wild, but a big dash. Out camping and an iced coffee. Not bad.
And it was a good coffee.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's funny, when you're out camping, things can take a lot longer, but that's kind of the beauty of camping, is the process of cooking a feed or making a coffee. Great, coffee time.
And then I got a call from Jayden.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, just drive. I see ya. Just look at me. You can see me? All right, see you in a sec. Bye. So my good friend Jayden's come out here with his son Freddie, and we might go out for a fish. Jayden!
Hey!
How are you?
Yeah, big Outback Tom in the Outback.
You gonna get out? Not a bad little setup, eh? Come on.
Yeah. Right on the river too.
Little Fred. Fred likes the camping setup already, which is great. How good is this spot, man?
We decided to have a bit of lunch before heading out to try catch a fish.
Fred's gonna help me cook. We're cooking up some barramundi. Hey, Fred. So we got some good barramundi that we got at Diggers Rest Station the other day while me and Grandad were there filming. We've got a bag of flour. Look at this serious piece of barramundi fillet. Fred wants it. I'm just gonna cut it up into a few slices so it's not too big. Fry off. And then Jayden and Fred can have some as well. I'm thinking that. A couple of nice strips like that. Oh, Fred, you're gonna like a bit of barra. I could even do bites. Should I do little bites?
Yeah, I'd do bites, bro.
All right, cool.
Barra bites out bush. How good.
Lots of pepper. Lots of salt as well. Chuck our first batch in here. Now it's actually good to have Jayden out here because he's one of my good friends for over 15 years. He's very good at camping. So it's nice to have Jayden out here for some support. Jayden's considering staying out here and camping with Fred. Put the last bit of barra in the bag. Flour, salt and pepper, barramundi.
Mate, I love camping. Been camping ever since I was probably Freddie's age, probably younger. And I can...
Barramundi.
Come here.
Spray oil, not the best option.
We're in there.
Oh yeah. We're on.
Get us some fish.
It was really nice to have Jayden and Fred there. It was going to be a solo mission, but having friends along is much more preferable.
Now this isn't even dinner, this is just a little barra bite snack for me, Jayden and Fred. Fresh barramundi, only caught a couple of days ago as well. Let's hook in. Mmm. What's your favourite thing about living in the Kimberley?
My favourite thing about living in the Kimberley would have to be the freedom of it. You know, I've lived down south. You have a bit of freedom, but it's not the same. You know, like up here, you can go 20 minutes from town and you can be in the middle of the sticks, no reception, and potentially a spot that no one's ever been before. Like it's so easy to have an adventure.
We had a quick bite, and it was time to go fishing.
We're gonna go down to the Pentecost. We're gonna go flick some lures, hopefully get some liveys, and hopefully a barra.
Been a lovely afternoon so far. Me, Freddie, Jayden, kicking it at the campsite. Cooked that barramundi up, fantastic. Now we're cutting out. Oh, hey Jess! Just drove past some friends. Beauty of Outback Australia. It would be so epic to catch barramundi this afternoon. And also our friends just arrived. Dill, Izzy and Nikki just arrived. They took the wrong turn, so they're gonna come out for a flick with us as well, and they can set up camp afterwards. How good.
Seeing the Kimberley from the air is spectacular, but it's equally as impressive from the ground. El Questro is at the start of the famous Gibb River Road in the Kimberley, and the landscape out here is absolutely stunning.
We're down here at the Pentecost River. Freddie's just woken up. The gang are here, Izzy, Nikki and Dylan, all having a flick, all having a fish. I reckon it's going to be a lovely sunset this evening as well, and I'm really hoping one of us catch a barra. That'd be great. What are you chasing, Nikki?
Big barra. Oh, that was terrible.
That's all right.
This is my friend Dylan, who's just moved over from the east in New South Wales.
I moved up here because I was on the road in WA and everyone was telling me I have to come to the Kimberley, and I've just heard good things, and so far it's been unreal. Probably living in Kununurra, I reckon how keen everyone is. Everyone's beautiful and the community is pretty awesome. Especially coming in the dry now, I think everyone's buzzing and everyone's just happy to be there, and there's lots of good stuff going on, so it's cool.
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
What is that?
You caught a
Catfish.
catfish.
No! No!
No, that's a barra.
Oh, it's a baby barra! Oh! Baby barramundi.
Yeah, it's a 50 centimetre, not quite legal, but we'll throw it back anyway.
A baby barra. And within 10 minutes,
There we go. There we go.
Go, big dog.
There we go. There we go. Oh, another barra! Another barra! Are you serious? serious?
Yeah.
Oh, the thumbnail. The thumbnail shot. Second barramundi, not quite the size we're after. Off he goes. Stoked so far. Amazing Saturday afternoon. The gang's here. Such a good crew. Fishing on the bank of the Pentecost. The sun is setting. 2 barras in on lures.
We unfortunately didn't have any more luck, but it was a stunning sunset. Fishing and surrounded by friends. On the way home, we even found a baby crocodile stuck in a pothole on the road and relocated it to a water source nearby.
Cooking me and Jayden some steak in the tent. Got some steak. Bugs are bad tonight, not gonna lie. Capsicum for me and Jayden. Just wanting a bit of colour really, but we're gonna go steak, baked beans, tomato, capsicum, some eggs. 2 beautiful Scotch spillets. Oh, these are big fellas too.
Lots of salt and pepper and pan frying the capsicum.
Green capsicum going well. I'm gonna do the eggs now just to get them out of the way, I reckon. Cracked. Beautiful. Second egg. Then the egg's done and we can just focus on the steak and the beans. Today's been an absolute amazing day. Flying on out here, Jayden pulling up with Freddie, then the rest of the gang, Dylan, Izzy and Nikki coming out, going for an amazing sunset fish. Finishing it off with some dinner, cooking in the tent. It's not actually that cool tonight and the bugs are out and about, so hence the tent. And we'll go for a walk tomorrow out bush somewhere. I reckon it's time for the steak. That's a decent sized Scotch fillet as well. Just so that Jado's, that looks so good. Leave that to rest, get my steak on.
Yeah, no, I reckon a silver side with like a
Yum.
little bit of white sauce.
This feed, I've cut the steak nice and small for Fred. Egg, Scotch fillet steak, green capsicum and tomatoes. Let's turn over my steak. Oh, look at the crust on that. Wow. My steak is coming off. Don't know if you can see that, but it's lovely. And get the baked beans on.
Thank you. Almost.
Baked beans, steak, eggs, beautiful.
We were pretty buggered and Jayden and Fred decided to stay. They have a rooftop tent and can pretty much camp anywhere.
Yeah.
But they're only like,
Shoot.
Jayden, your dinner's up.
roll, Tom.
Not a bad little feed, eh?
Yeah, what?
Alright, and here's a fork for you, bro.
Oh, you sure?
Finishing touches.
We're gonna share?
Sweating in this tent, but worth a good feed. Very keen for a big feed after this afternoon's adventure. Oh yeah. So delicious. It was very rewarding after a big adventurous day. Hopping in the tent, having a feed. Dinner done in a few minutes. Starving. Now I've got to do the clean-up process. I'm going to try and harass Jayden to do it instead. Or just save it for tomorrow. But that was a lovely feed. Rightio, it's about midnight. We've all stayed up, yarning around the camp, and it's time for sleep. Feeling pretty good, feeling ready to go to bed. It's been actually a really fun Saturday evening, to be honest. I'll see you in the morning. We're heading out to the waterfalls. Good night. Coffee time.
By the time I got up, everyone was starting their day, and as usual, absolutely needed a coffee. It wasn't quite as cool as I thought it would be, so it got quite hot throughout the night and I woke up a handful of times. But nothing a good coffee can't fix.
It's been a beautiful morning. I definitely didn't have the best sleep. Like, it was nothing flash. The swag is good to chill out on, but I don't really know if it's meant for a long night sleeping. And it was still pretty hot last night. That's all right. Up at about 7:30, made the morning coffee. Everyone's up and about. Nice slow morning, and we'll figure out what the plan is today.
We packed up our camp and decided we'd head to Amalia Gorge. It's a 45-minute walk with a stunning waterfall at the end, and the heat was already kicking in, but it was manageable. El Questro has multiple hikes and waterfalls in the area, and it even has a hot water spring.
How stunning is this? Fresh pandanus, surrounded by the amazing escarpments. I'm really keen for a dip, actually. This should be nice.
Amalia Gorge has 2 spots to swim, and the first spot is pretty specky.
Pretty good spot, really.
But it really is the main attraction that's incredible. We had a very rewarding swim and relaxed by the water for a bit. But eventually it was time to head back to the plane and then home.
Folks, not gonna lie, I'm pretty buggered. Very keen to get home. What an incredible Saturday night. And what a beautiful way to spend a Sunday as well. Let's do a short field takeoff and head on home. Mixture rich.
Alrighty, let's get that on. 2 stages of flaps going down. Feet on the brakes. Full throttle.
I did a short field takeoff, not entirely necessary as it's a decent sized strip, but always good practice. And I must say, it's a very nice departure over El Questro.
El Questro traffic, Cessna 182 Sierra Kilo depart, currently upwind, runway 14 at 1,000 feet, on climb 1,500, make left-hand turn for the north for Wyndham. El Questro traffic.
Well, we've left El Questro. We're heading on home Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. And don't forget you can always support us by liking and subscribing. Cheers, you mob. We'll see you soon.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, another barra! Another barra! Are you serious? Are you serious? Yes! Oh.